I know I can't be the only livestock dad that's always picking up combs and brushes off the floor, but I guess that's the way it goes. My name's Robert and this is Pheasant Lane Farm. I appreciate you stopping by our channel. I actually filmed part of this video last weekend, but it was raining real hard and the microphone picked that up, so I thought, you know what? I got a few minutes tonight. It's about 9:30 out here in the barn. Finished up some chores, checked cattle waters, supposed to get cold tonight, so make sure everything's working as it should be. Now, we are constantly adding pastures and or pens for the cattle. When we first got into cattle, we had a feeder lot, a couple pastures, the cattle could go in the barn as they wished. Well, since then we've added a bull, we've added a couple heifers, and now we have a show steer and a show heifer. So always keeping those groups separate can kind of be hard, especially this time of year where I don't want them out tearing up the good pasture. We're here in northern Ohio. Last week, I think it was -4 or 5 degree wind chill. It was in like single digits, and then 3 days later it was 55 degrees. So it's always this constant freeze, thaw, mud cycle here, but there's just nowhere around it. So the feeder cattle have a round bale feeder inside the barn. When I built that pen, I can push those guys outside, shut a gate off, I can drop a new round bale in there. It's out of the weather, it's out of the wind. There's a barn curtain next to it, I can adjust the airflow. Works out perfect. Well, since we've added the bull and the heifer out in that pen, I was like, you know what? I started doing research on round bale feeders. And more specifically, round bale feeders that are what we consider budget friendly. Excuse me. Now, I read a lot of reviews. It seems that there's a lot of people that are 50-50 whether you go poly or whether you go steel. They both have their pros and cons. But for what we were doing right now, we decided that the poly round bale feeders were going to work best for us. About 6 weeks ago, went and bought a round bale feeder from a local ag supply store. And it wasn't put together, and it's made by Sentry. Now, I say it wasn't put together. The salesperson told me a lot of people won't buy them if they're not put together. Kiddo and I, our first time putting it together, took about 45 minutes. This past weekend, we decided to move the show cattle up closer to the barn and close to this new, I guess you'd call it, fitting room. We have our show cattle chute here. We have panels here. We have the new fitter guard from Sullivan Supply there just because I took it out of the trailer. But anyways, we were looking for round bale feeders that fit a couple criteria for us. Number one, budget. Now these, depending if you find them on sale, what models you get, these are just the basic. They're 8 feet. I believe they're 43 inches tall. I could be wrong. I'll put the specs in. They weigh about 110 pounds. Depending on where you find these around us right now, they're going to be between $350 and $400. Now for some people that's not a budget friendly round bale feeder. But it sure beats some of those on the market that are above $2,000. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of AeroQuip. They sent us some panels to try out last year. They gave us some panels. I have a chute from them that we absolutely love. But it's just not in the budget right now to go buy 2, 3, or 4 of their premium round bale feeders, as nice as they are. So we were looking and we found a company called Sentry. I believe they're out of Oklahoma. And there's one store, ag store close to us, that carries these in stock. Now, they are extremely durable, they're lightweight, which can be a pro or a con. And the thing I like about them is they're not going to crease up, they're not going to rust, they're not going to dent. And when the shopping progress, I went to a couple of big box ag stores around me, and a lot of the feeders in the $250 to $300 range, the steel ones, some of them still had welding wire hooked to them, they had some pieces of slag hooked to them, and I just didn't want to have a steer, a heifer, a bull, whatever it may be, catch an eyeball or catch a face on one of those and have more vet bills down the road. So I decided, you know what, it's definitely worth the extra $100. So, excuse me, these Sentry feeders are durable. I'm not going to put the video in here, but if you guys go check them out, just Google Sentry round bale feeder or Sentry poly feeders. They have a video on their website where a forklift is holding one of their feeders up. They back a dually into it, and the forklift picks the back of the dually up using the round bale feeder. So right there showed me that that's strong enough. They're one-piece construction. I should say there's multiple pieces, but they're all one piece. There's really not any seams, anything like that. The hoop itself is welded. I guess you could say poly welded in one spot. Extremely strong. Our bull, although he is small, he is mighty. He has given it his best shot to destroy that thing when we first put it out, and he finally gave up on it. The other thing I like about these guys, these poly feeders, is the fact that I can actually hook an electric fence to one side of them. Where our bull and our heifer are now, it's a temporary place until we get our new pastures south of the driveway done. So I literally have, they're in a loafing shed, a lean-to loafing shed. I have a 4-foot corral walk-through gate. Then I put the feeder, and then I put a T-post, and I ran my fencing down there. So there's 2 groups of cattle that can eat off the same round bale feeder, which is pretty nice for us. It saved me from going and buying an extra bale feeder. When we moved the show calves up here, right outside this barn here, our horse barn, if you've watched the video, excuse me, I'm trying to get over something. I put that feeder in there. There's a steer and a heifer in there, and I have it where I don't even have to leave the driveway. I can just plop a bale right into their pen inside a feeder. At first, I bought a couple bales. I threw a round bale in there. I thought, you know what? These show calves are not going to destroy that round bale. And yeah, our steer just went crazy with it, and they ended up wasting more than half of it. Now, we're pretty lucky where we are. I can get really nice, what I consider premium alfalfa, clover, partially fermented round bales wrapped for around $50. I know that's not the case in a lot of places in the country. So these are about 5 foot. I think they're 5x5s. They weigh about 1,000, 1,100 pounds. They work absolutely perfect for what we're doing, and we're thankful that we have a great relationship with a local cattle breeder that we help them out, and they help us out when we need hay. So I just want to do a quick video. I'll add extra footage in there of this round bale feeder, but I don't think you guys can go wrong with these poly feeders for the price. The first one we actually bought, I was going to buy it and then realized they had one put together. I said, I can't get that in my truck. So I actually went the next day. That one was sold. They had one that was not put together yet, but it was actually on sale before Black Friday, before Thanksgiving. I got that one out the door for $2.99 plus tax, if you don't pay tax, whatever. This one we went and bought last week was not on sale. It was actually at $3.79 or $3.89. The guy said, no, that price isn't right. It's $3.49. So an extra $50, and that one was put together. Now, don't shy away if these are not put together. They are extremely easy to put together. The first one, Kiddo and I think it took us 45 minutes to put it together. There's 6 or 8 upright pieces, and then there's 4 hoops. And the main thing to remember when you're putting these round bale feeders together from Sentry is keep the seam of the hoops all between the same 2 stanchions or uprights. It will make your life a lot easier. Kiddo and I got talking and joking around one day, and she was playing with the drill and screwing around as we usually do. And for somehow we got one ring off center from having all the poly welds in line. And it just made it a little bit more difficult. I actually had to ream out one hole. I wasn't going to take the whole thing apart and start over. Well, at least partially. So that is it. I just wanted to say a quick video. I know it's been a while since we've been doing these. We have a lot of videos coming out soon. Life has just been crazy. I've been sick. I've had some health issues. I had some kidney stones that go all the way back to August. I didn't have surgery till almost October on those. Then I was in the hospital, thought I had pneumonia, and then 2 weeks ago, this week, I was admitted in the hospital for a severe infection. So it's just one thing after another. But hopefully we're on the clean stretch. Christmas is 6 days away from today. Excuse me, 7 days from tomorrow. And we are just excited to just be moving forward. Hopefully the health issues are behind us and we can focus on this place. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free below to drop a line on any questions you have about the farm, what we've been up to. Right now, I think we're up to 8 or 9 head of cattle here. We still got the 2 horses, the 2 minis. Amber's up to about 30 chickens as always. No meat birds right now, and 2 cats. And we almost bought a puppy at a cattle show a couple weekends ago. And Mama put the no on that, which in hindsight was actually the right decision. So I know this is a short video. I'm getting back into it, guys. I actually have a new camera on order because I want to take this to the next level. I appreciate everybody that's been here so far over our journey over the last 4 years. It's almost 5 years. Can you guys believe it? That is crazy. Something else I'm doing is real quick. It's hard to be on any type of social media and not see advertisements for Brunt boots. I've talked to guys that have them. I get mixed reviews. If you read online, they're the best thing ever. I'm kind of an American-made boot type of guy. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to put this to the test for myself, and maybe it can benefit someone else. I went out and I bought 2 pair of brunt boots, the pull-ons. I bought a safety toe version, a soft toe version. I'm going to put them through their paces. I got 1 pair today, 1 pair came last week. And I'm going to give you guys an honest review every couple weeks to let you know whether these are good boots or whether they're just a good marketing strategy. But I was tired of seeing them on my pages, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to end this once and for all. And as always, I don't ever want to see anyone fail, but if they're not the quality that I think you should be paying for the price, I'm definitely going to let you guys know. So I'm going to go in the house, get ready. I have a doctor's appointment first thing tomorrow. I have a funeral to go to tomorrow. And then hopefully we can get some firewood split because they're still calling for some cold weather. And as always, I am behind on firewood. So take care, everybody. We'll catch you on the next one. Like I said, for the price, you can't go wrong with these Sentry round bale feeders. The durability, you guys know me, kind of the gimp arm. I can move it around. Amber and I just loaded it in the back of the truck by ourselves. I unloaded it by myself. I rolled it down, didn't even get the tractor out, put it right in the pen by myself. And it's nice that you don't have the cons that you do with some of the metal ones. Once we get our permanent pastures put up, I might try and buy some better bale feeders that will maybe cut down on the waste a lot more than these do. But overall, these, you can get them skirted on the bottom. Ours are not. There's going to be a little bit of waste. I don't care what bale feeder you feed, but I could see where there might be some better options. But at least this way, it keeps that damn steer and that heifer from getting in there and having a play day on my round bale. So take care, everybody. God bless. As always, make smart decisions. I'll catch you guys on the next one.